The average Canadian's RRSP balance dropped by over $30,000 in just 1 year, from 2022 to 2023. If that worries you about your retirement savings, the good news is that drop is not as bad as it seems. Now let's dive into the numbers and I'll show you how you could use this RRSP data to your advantage. Here are the average RRSP account holdings over the past several years. While many were able to boost their savings during the pandemic, the most recent BMO survey shows a 28% decline in average RRSP account values, with the national average dropping to $113,000 in 2023, down from about $144,000 in 2022. This drop brings RRSP balances closer to the historical averages. And this kind of tells us that the elevated levels seen in 2021 and 2022 were likely temporary spikes caused by pandemic-related savings habits, when people were cutting expenses and contributing more to their retirement. I'm actually surprised that it went up that much though. While this decline in 2023 might seem alarming at first, it actually reflects a return to more normal savings levels after the pandemic-induced boost in retirement savings. Canadians are still focused on their financial futures, but the rising cost of living and inflation are making it a lot tougher to maintain those higher levels of contribution. Here's a breakdown of RRSP holdings by age, and I've included the median data as well as the average. I aim to find recent median data for RRSPs since it offers a more realistic snapshot of what Canadians have saved. Medians are generally better indicators than averages, which can be skewed by very high saving and high earning outliers. For this data, I had to combine RRSPs, RRIFs, and LIRA data from Stats Canada's latest available information, which was 2019, because that was the data that was available. So let's dive into these numbers. My key takeaways with this is there is a huge difference in median versus average. At age 65 and older, for example, the median is well over double the average at $224,000 versus $100,000. This means that the average numbers are heavily skewed towards those high income outlier earners, so I would use the median instead for comparison to yourself. Another interesting observation is about younger Canadians. Those under 35 have a median of just $12,500 saved. This means that many young adults have very little saved for retirement, and it's crucial for them to start saving consistently as early as possible. I always like to say that saving for retirement can feel like going to the gym. It's really easy to skip, but you know you're going to regret it later. Another key takeaway I noticed is about the midlife savings growth. In these two age groups of between 35 to 54, savings improve, but the median of between 30 to 70,000 is still far below what's typically needed for a secure retirement. Many are still juggling mortgages, family expenses, and careers, making it a bit tough to prioritize retirement contributions. Another observation is nearing retirement, but not quite there yet. For those aged 55 to 64, the median savings grow to $100,000. However, this isn't necessarily enough to sustain retirement comfortably. Some individuals are in better shape with an average of over $216,000, but many will still need to rely on additional income sources. And now for the retirees still dependent on government benefits, in the 65 plus group, the median savings remain at $100,000, meaning many retirees will rely heavily on CPP, OAS, or other income streams. For most, private savings won't cover everything. Quick note on economic family types. This data includes both combined households and individuals. And obviously, households tend to have a higher savings due to shared financial responsibilities and additional incomes. So if you're an individual looking at this data, don't feel too bad. This is a bit higher than what most individuals will earn. Regional breakdowns. Now let's zoom in on how different regions across Canada are handling their RRSPs. The 2023 BMO survey gives us a fascinating regional breakdown showing that not all provinces treat RRSPs quite the same way. Ontario leads the pack with the highest average RRSP balance at $162,913. Meanwhile, Atlantic Canada boasted the highest average contribution at $8,115. This regional variation shows how retirement strategies differ across the country. Some regions are all about building up big balances over time, while others are focusing on making significant contributions each year. And if you look at this data, there actually isn't a huge disparity across the nation, which I was actually expecting a bigger gap between some of these numbers. Like Alberta, I thought would be much higher, for example, given their much higher incomes and lower cost of living. But that isn't really the case. It's clear that no matter where you are in Canada, people are staying engaged with their RSPs, whether they're building bigger account balances or making solid contributions year over year. Here's a pro tip. Contributing to your RSP is only one piece of the puzzle. It's also important to learn about RRSP withdrawal strategies, which I go over in detail in a previous video and I'll link to in the description. How household sizes impact RRSP contributions. Larger households tend to contribute more to their RSPs, likely because they have more income to work with. For example, two-person households lead the way, with 4.2 million households contributing to RSPs, and a median contribution of $4,880. On the other hand, single-person households contribute significantly less overall, with a median of $3,560. This pattern suggests that dual-income households are often better positioned to prioritize and grow their retirement savings. Now, these findings weren't exactly shocking to me. I mean, it makes perfect sense. The more people you have contributing to the income of a household, obviously the more that you can save and also split costs with. So there's going to be more discretionary income to contribute to your RSPs. Now, whether you're in a smaller household or a larger one, this shows that financial planning, especially for retirement, often hinges on household dynamics and the resources you have to work with. Let's take a look at RSP contributions at different stages of life. Despite inflation and rising costs, Canadians are prioritizing their RSP contributions. In 2023, the average contribution grew to $6,512, up from $5,753 in 2022, showing a steady focus on retirement savings despite the economic uncertainty. Contributions vary by age, with those closer to retirement stepping up their savings. The 55 and above age group contributes a median of $5,480, while younger Canadians, like the 15 to 24 age group, contribute a median of $2,080, reflecting their earlier stage in life. Now, the obvious takeaway for me here is realizing that as Canadians get closer to retirement, they prioritize growing their savings. Whether starting small or making larger contributions later, the data shows a clear focus on long-term financial security. I was surprised to see that the younger 50 to 24 age group was still contributing quite a lot to their RSPs, and that was a nice surprise to see. Now let's talk about some of the economic challenges impacting RSP savings. Saving for retirement hasn't been smooth sailing lately, and the stats highlight just how much economic challenges like inflation and rising interest rates are impacting Canadians' ability to set money aside for the future. In 2023, a striking 74% of Canadians voiced concerns about how inflation and rising prices were affecting their finances. By 2024, the outlook hasn't brightened much. 63% of Canadians still reported that the current economic conditions were negatively affecting their ability to save for retirement. While these stats paint a tough picture, they also show the resilience of Canadians who, despite the economic turbulence, are continuing to focus on their long-term retirement plans. No matter your stage of life, regular RSP contributions are essential for long-term security, even in challenging times. Whether you're just starting out or approaching retirement, planning is key. If you're ready to take control of your retirement savings and maximize your RSP potential, Blueprint Financial is here to help, so check out our website to learn more, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more helpful tips.